Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kyla Grogan from HxGN TV. HxGN MineProtect Personal Alert is an accident avoidance device worn by field personnel that ensures 360-degree visibility around heavy equipment. It offers an additional layer of safety to operators and pedestrians who every day must deal with the dangers of blind spots, noise, heavy traffic, and poor visibility. Today we have Marcos Bajuelo. He is the Safety Product Manager from Hexagon Mining with us. We're going to discuss mine safety and specifically the protection of mine personnel. Thank you so much for joining us, Marcos.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you here. So we know mines are generally dangerous places. Describe some of the daily hazards that personnel will face there.
That is an excellent question because, as you know, mining is a sector that differs from the other fields based on its own structure. So it requires continuous operations 24 hours, 7 days a week. It has a large amount of workers and everything occurs in dispersive workplaces, correct? So therefore, there is a large number of risks that are associated to the workers. And these risks can go from starting from the production phase, call it the digger, just putting the dirt or the ore to the haulage machinery, up to the shipping of the finished product at the port. Right, so through the whole process, all workers and pedestrians are exposed to a large number of hazardous operations. So once we talk about, especially in open pit mining, we realize that from this whole range of hazardous situations of the workers are exposed to, the significant risk on its majority are associated to the traffic management.
Right.
And once I mean traffic management, I mean heavy machinery interacting with light vehicles and pedestrians. And once I meant heavy machineries, imagine these vehicles are 400, 500
Massive.
tons, massive vehicles, and they are the size of 8 meters height with 12-meter length. It's like driving a 2-floor house around.
Right.
And these vehicles can have up to 60% of blind spot. And they have
Wow.
to interact with our day-to-day pickup trucks and personnel. So we take an operator and say, drive, do your work, haulage from here to point A to point B, and they have to do it through all these hazardous situations. They barely can see a pickup truck and even less a person.
Right.
So if we put all of this together, can you imagine how many risks all the workers and pedestrians are associated to? And here is where we as Hexagon Mining Safety are trying to help and provide awareness to the operators and pedestrians on
Because the bottom line is there are incredible costs to mines of accidents that cause injuries or fatalities. So talk about those costs. What does that do to a business?
Exactly. So, as you know, therefore, a mine site is just a business, correct? We run businesses. And even in mining, the safety culture is very embraced already by the boards, by the big corporations. It's really a value through the corporation. But at the end of the day, we need to develop a return of investment business case in order to invest in prevention. So this is a very challenging task that our safety and health professionals have to face with, and it is basically how to put a value to all the consequences that happen on an accident. So because at the end of the day, you want to have all the costs placed together in order to make your business case true.
But it's kind of a wild card, right, when you have accidents.
Exactly, and the problem with this is that the safety and health professionals have to face with two types of cost. There is the visible cost and there is the hidden cost. And the visible costs are just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
So this tip of the iceberg is just basically once an accident happens, how much does it cost to pay all the medical expenses? What is the amount of money that I have to spend to repair my machinery?
Yeah.
But below that, under the water, there is all the hidden costs that are actually not associated to an accident. Why? Because basically, our current accounting practices in mine sites doesn't allow to our safety and health professional to trail these accident costs. And imagine these costs are from 5 to 50 times what are the visible costs.
So it can be a runaway cost.
Exactly, and if you see, this cost can go from a minor accident from $400,000 up to $100,000. And if a fatality occurs, it's not only this a cost, but it can go up to $19 million.
Right.
Just based on fines and all the hidden costs that goes through here, like all the amount that time that from the general manager up to the CEO has to put into the investigation
right.
Of also like the adjustment of the premium from the insurance company. All these costs are not easily associated because this got absorbed by the operational cost of
kind
the
of
mine.
has shockwaves.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about Hexagon here, because they introduced the HxGN MineProtect personal alert to ensure visibility for mine personnel. Tell us how this works. We were talking earlier about, off camera, about how firefighters have this, basically something on your person that if you get in trouble, you have a way of communicating. So tell us a little bit about this.
Exactly. So, as just by chance, I have brought the personal alert system. So this is our device right now. So what it does is basically now all personnel is able to be tagged on the mine. And as I explained before, like all the operators cannot see people around.
Right, these giant pieces of equipment.
Piece of equipment, right? So every personnel that have this tag is now truly visible for the operator. It doesn't matter what it is. It provides a 360 degrees awareness bi-directional alert, both to operators and to pedestrians. So both are aware of an accident or a hazardous situation that is occurring, right? So now operators are empowered to act and take an action in case of a dangerous proximity to a person, but also the personnel now
has a way to help themselves.
They help themselves.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. So how is personal alert different from other solutions that are kind of in this same space? I mean, what is the thing that makes this stand out to you?
So personal alert was designed by our R&D teams in Switzerland, and there are several opportunities or technologies that provide solutions for mining industry in this spectrum of pedestrian protection around the mine sites. But we have developed this solution over the time of flight technology on the ultra wideband frequency. This is a state-of-the-art, really modern technology. Why we have chosen this is because this differentiates us from the actual providers of technology right now in the market. So we have radars, we have magnetic field, there is RFID solutions out there. And how it differentiates us from that is, first we put the importance of the persons to the aware of the operators. So radars can detect obstacles, infrastructures, and persons, but it doesn't distinguish what is the importance.
So you don't know if there's a human being in the way or maybe a piece of equipment.
And operators have to face on the day-to-day obstacle berms while they are just tipping down, and then they don't know if it is a person or if it is a...
Big difference.
Exactly, so you have to put up an importance of a person, because if one of these heavy machinery touch a person, the consequences are fatal usually, right? And if you see this technology provides us a long range, up to 50 meters, and a precision of 5 centimeters.
Wow.
Right, so neither magnetic field, neither RFID provides you these both topics at the same time.
So it's just giving you a lot more information.
Exactly. And this just, the time of flight technology just unveils a new world of, because now we can do precise positioning of personnel. We can also use it on GNSS reliant locations, meaning that we can go under the roof, it can go on the workshop areas. So
it's easily integrated, just about anywhere. All right, so it was released earlier this year, a personal alert was, and what feedback have you received from customers? What are you hearing, how it's helping them?
So right now we have deployed some customers in South Africa because the regulation has mandated whenever there is a significant risk on your mine site between interactions of vehicles and personnel, to implement a technology that actually aims the hub. But once we have released this product based on the push from the market and the request from our customers, because this is a fully integrated solution that goes around with our collision avoidance system, which already is deployed around more than 27,000 vehicles in the world. So all our customers were waiting, where is the solution they were asking. And once we release it, now it's, okay, what else can we do with this? Because now we have the blasting zones that we want to control. We have the maintenance area where we want to control which people goes in, which people goes out. So the expectation now from the customer, we have just increased them while we were providing a protection.
What else can you do for me?
Exactly, what else can you offer?
Which actually leads me to the next question, because I was going to ask you, how do you see personal alert developing, and will an underground version become available? Because obviously, we were talking about this earlier today, mining is becoming a much deeper prospect now. It's certainly going deeper underground.
So as I mentioned before, it is the time-of-flight technology on the ultra-wideband frequency has unveiled a new world. Now, for example, we can do proper or really high precise detection on the loading area, for example, shovels and excavators, interactions that require a really high precision that low precision GPS is not reliable enough. And now with the release of our Underground Pro solution, it's also unveiled also, okay, we are now measuring productivity on the ground market.
Wow.
How can we integrate the safety that we are the leaders on the open pit mining towards underground to provide a solution to our customers that truly solve their needs,
right.
Not only on productivity, but on safety. And this is where we are working together with the underground team to develop and integrate the solution for the underground
So
market.
it is on the radar and in the works.
Exactly, we are just about to.
I think a lot of people will be happy to hear that. All right, thank you so much. It was really interesting to hear all about that and all the information. So if you would like to find out more information about Personal Alert, you can visit hexagonmining.com, and to watch additional episodes or learn more, visit hxgnspotlight.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.